So Jake Paul and Hasim Rahman Jr., the fight is not happening. And let's not get this twisted. This is completely Hasim Rahman Jr.'s fault. So July 30th, 2022, MVP Promotions releases a statement. It says, on July 5th, Hasim Rahman Jr. signed a bout agreement to fight Jake Paul on August 6th at Madison Square Garden at a maximum weight of 200 pounds. Yes, Hasim Rahman Jr. has fought his entire career as a heavyweight. But when you go into a fight knowing that you have to make 200 pounds and you sign on that dotted line knowing that you have to make 200 pounds, what excuse do you have? Ryan Garcia says this perfectly on Twitter. He says, if you sign a contract to fight at a weight, then later decide you can't because reality hit you, then that's on you. Don't agree to something you knew you weren't capable of and then expect for everyone just to oblige to your misstep. So where did this all start, right? Like I said, the fight was originally supposed to be at 200 pounds. Hasim Rahman Jr. is a career heavyweight, or a bridger weight, as he likes to say. And Jake Paul, the majority of his fights are at 190 pounds. So he was already making an exception to fight Rahman Jr. Jake Paul had been criticized for fighting guys that weren't naturally his weight class. You know what I mean? He took 2 fights with Tyron Woodley, who fought his career at 170 pounds. So everyone was like, oh, he's fighting a UFC fighter who's lighter than him. You know what I mean? Nate Robinson was a basketball player who wasn't very heavy either. Same with Ben Askren. Ben Askren was fighting at 170 pounds back in the day. So everyone was like, oh, fight somebody your size. Bro, he didn't just do that. He's fighting a career heavyweight. Yeah, he has to get down to 200 pounds, but he gave him 15 pounds that he could weigh, a day after the weigh-ins. And we all know Jake isn't going to be a big guy. He was fighting at 190 pounds and he was probably maxing out at 200 pounds on fight night. Whereas Rahman Jr., he was allowed to hydrate 15 pounds the next day. He could be 215 pounds. And the night of the fight, he was allowed to weigh whatever the fuck he wanted. So we can't criticize Jake for saying, oh, fight bigger guys. You know what I mean? This is a career fucking heavyweight that he was going to get in there with. Now, MVP Promotions and the New York State Athletic Commission have gone on record to say that Rahman Jr., 24 days out of the fight, has lost less than 1 pound. You know what I mean? So what is that saying about the guy's commitment to this fight? He clearly doesn't give a fuck about a contracted obligation to make weight. So this prompted the New York State Athletic Commission to say, okay, we're not going to sanction this fight unless it's at 205 pounds, 5 pounds above the agreed limit of 200 pounds that it was supposed to be fought at. So Jake says, fuck it, 5 pounds, whatever, not a big deal. We can move up to 5 pounds. Then Rahman's camp comes back with, no, fuck 205 pounds. He's going to weigh 215 pounds. 15 pounds over the original limit, the contracted limit at 200 pounds. They said, nope, fuck this. We're going to weigh 215. And if you don't agree with this, we're pulling out of the fight. So Hasim Rahman Jr. comes back and he puts out this video saying, look, bro, I would have basically had to cut a pound a day for 30 days. It's just physically not possible on my body. My body won't let me do it. And I'm sitting here watching this video going like, bro, what? You can't lose 30 pounds in fucking 30 days or 25 pounds in 30 days. Look, I'm not a professional fighter. I don't have to cut weight. But when I see guys in the UFC doing this on a regular basis in like half that amount of time, what excuse do you have? What excuse do you have, bro? And then he goes on to talk about the money. He goes, keep the fight purse. I would fight you for $5,000, the minimum. Come on, bro. Come on. I mean, there was already rumors of you asking for more money, and now you're going to fight him for $5,000 just because you want to fight him and prove you're a better boxer. Let's be real here, bro. You're fighting Jake Paul. You're fighting for a bag. Look at your Instagram followers. You know, how many Instagram followers did you have before you were signed up to fight Jake Paul? When you are associated with Jake Paul, your net worth automatically goes up. So you're not going to sit here and tell me that you would have fought him for 5 grand. I'm not trying to fucking hear that. Rahman Jr. saying, they're trying every way to fight a shell of Hasim Rahman Jr. They want to deplete me. They want to make me a shell of the fighter that I am. They want to fight me at my worst. Why did you sign the contract then, bro? Oh, I'd fight him for 5K. I just want to fight him. No, you didn't. You signed that contract because you knew you were going to get a bag. But you also knew damn well you weren't going to make weight. So what was your end goal here? You know what I mean? You got your bit of clout. Obviously, this fight's never going to happen again. Where does your career go from here? I don't know. Are you ever going to see a payday like this again? I don't know. But for you to sign a contract at 200 pounds, knowing damn well you weren't going to make that weight, what was the end goal here? What was your end goal? And as far as Jake Paul goes, what's next for him? I mean, I'm hearing a lot of talk about Andrew Tate, and it makes a lot of sense. Andrew Tate's never had a professional boxing fight. He's a pro kickboxer. He's retired. He's out there living the life. You Google Andrew Tate right now. The guy runs the internet. You know what I mean? The Nelk Boys, the Full Send podcast just happened with Andrew Tate. It was probably their most successful podcast to date. Shit fucking skyrocketed. I think it had over 1 million views in less than 24 hours. The guy runs the fucking internet right now. So you combine Jake Paul's pull and Andrew Tate's social media pull, plus the background that both of them now have in combat sports, you make a lot of money off that fucking fight. So Top G versus Jake Paul, maybe we'll see it. Anyways, I digress. Jake Paul, Hasim Rahman Jr., we're done with it. This is the last we're going to speak on it because the fight obviously is never going to happen. I am very excited to see what Jake Paul's next move is. Hasim Rahman Jr., on the other hand, not so much. Not so much. I'll probably tune into his next fight. I will. But like I said, what was your end goal here, bro? You're not going to play a guy who is this successful at something, You're not going to come in and play games with Jake Paul and MVP promotions like that. Full Send MMA. I'm going to be doing videos like this at least once a week, giving my opinions, stating some facts, ruffling some feathers, stirring the fucking pot. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. As always, I'm the OG, baby. We out of here. Full Send Supplements. Yes, sir. Go to supplements.co. Promo code OG15. That's OG15 at checkout to get 15% off. We're talking today about the liver reset. Yes, I know a lot of you guys, you're going on fucking benders. You need to fucking take care of your liver, boys. The liver reset, what's it going to do? It helps your liver and kidney functions. It detoxifies them. You're going to be slamming happy dads on the weekends. You're trying to pull birds. Take the liver reset capsule afterward. You'll be good to go. Supplements.co. Promo code OG15. Get your Full Send supplements, boys.